Okay. Just clocked off at work. It's 5:40. The time zone changed yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. Yesterday was the last Sunday of March this year. And so the time zone changed. We had to end up waking up an hour earlier. So today, statistically, is a very risky day because on this day more people die because of the time zone change in the UK. I was speaking to my manager about it. He described it as not a time zone change. We've not changed time zone, he said. The clocks have just gone forward. But that's not true because the time zone, the definition of the time zone, where we sit on the map of the time zone, switches from the Greenwich Mean Time to British Summer Time. I think. I don't really know. I'm not so worried about that. But yeah, I'm more worried about the fact that people today are more likely to have less sleep than they usually do on a Monday. But luckily, it's actually so sunny. It is ridiculously sunny. It's been such good weather today. I think after this video, I'm going to go out for a bit. I cleaned, I scrubbed my shoes and my jeans. Actually, my shoes. I should show you my shoes. Yeah, shoes look like now. They were covered in mud. My camera's a bit blurry. Right? Okay, so they were covered in mud. Just this morning, and I've now cleaned them, and they look almost brand new. I am actually genuinely so impressed with what a washing machine can do to your shoes. And then my jeans are hanging outside over there, getting dry. So a bit of a sad day. My brother left the flat to go back to Oxford, but it's also kind of more convenient for me because tomorrow I think I'm going to be flapping about the place because I've got so much. This is not good. So basically tomorrow I leave to Singapore where my family lives, and I've just seen the orange that my brother brought back from uni when he came, and I'm pretty sure it's, what's it called? When you start getting like bacteria growing on your orange. It's not a fungus. It's a bad thing. It's a bad thing, and that bad thing is happening. I just took a photograph actually of this plate, these plates. This is what we had for breakfast, my brother and me, and posted it on Instagram. My brother told me he woke up at 5 a.m. this morning, which is strange because of the not because of the time zone change or whatever that time change, but because just because he happened to wake up at that time and couldn't go back to sleep. Strangely enough, I actually woke up around that time, and I did go back to sleep, luckily. But I thought that was funny that we both woke up around that time this morning. So I'm going back to Singapore, and I'm going back for a while. I'm going back for a couple of weeks. Well, just under a couple of weeks, which isn't so long, to be honest. I wish I could go back longer, but it is long enough to make food go very bad. Like these potatoes, for example. Am I really going to finish all these potatoes over the next, I guess I have to, over the next 2 days, over the next day and a half, and 7 apples? And then, no, I'm not going to eat those oranges, I think these do go in the bin, but the bin's a bit overflowing at the moment, so maybe not. And then all the eggs. So it's a good thing we had 6 eggs this morning for breakfast, but I still have 10. Is that 10? No, that's 12. Oh my days. I still have 12 more eggs to go through, so it's not looking pretty. And I've got, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with all this food. This we don't have to worry about. That's been there since October. That's fine. That's just become part of the furniture. But yeah, this. Oh, and the cream. Which went off 2 days ago? Yeah, it went off 2 days ago, yeah. And my yogurt. My vine leaves. I have to finish my vine leaves too. And the mush. There's just so much to finish. And what does the freezer look like? How are we doing in this department? Oh, I've got to finish this off. That's got to be seen off. And that's been in there since October. I genuinely don't know if that's safe anymore. I should finish that bread. I'll finish that bread. I'll eat some bread for dessert tonight. But yeah, that is the state of things. I know how to pack. I haven't started packing. But anyway, I was going to show you. It's such a beautiful day. So that's right. Just look at the sky. It's amazing. That is absolutely phenomenal. The weather we're having, indeed. Yes, look at the clouds. Yes, indeed. Such wonderful weather. So I think I do have to make the most of it. Even though I'm actually going to be in Singapore and it's going to be like this every single day probably. I'm going to have to make the most of it and use the natural resource that is the sun in the UK while I can. Okay. Is there anything else to update on work, on a contracts engagement? It's a small team. I get to have quite close interaction with managers, senior managers and directors, which is very cool, I think. I don't know if this is really something that I'd want to stay in long term. I'm pretty sure it's not. So, did I mention, so I took a photo of these eggs and I've posted onto Instagram, onto my photography account, which has been very dormant over the last couple of years, where I've just sort of led a bit of a boring life, I guess, over the last couple, or maybe I'm just not having my eye open enough and not taking every opportunity I can get to take a photograph. I think that is the case. My mind is just a bit too full. I've written a new song, haven't I? I'd actually like to share that song. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. That is what I'm going to update on. How I'm going to flip. Okay, I accidentally turned off the camera there instead of flipping it, so I'm going to have to stitch these videos in an app later after this. I'm going to get my computer to. This is. Oh, come on. I've got to finish the tonic water as well. Yeah, so I'm going to get my computer to get the lyrics up. Booking holiday has been a bit awkward there because, so this holiday is fine, but in May I want to take some more holiday, and I have to book it with my firm on the system we use. And what's awkward is I have a meeting with a director during the time when I want to book my holiday in May, and that's actually when I want to learn to drive, so I have to also book my driving lessons then, like a month in advance. I'm already actually quite late. It's only about a month and a half until the week that I want. So yes, it's not looking pretty now. And then what's even more awkward is the person who has to approve my holiday is my people manager, and he has gone on holiday himself, so he is out of the office for I think for a long time. I'm pretty sure he's actually, I genuinely don't know how he's able to have so much holiday, because he was on holiday at the beginning of the year for his wedding and on his honeymoon, and then a relatively long Christmas break, I think, and then he's now on holiday taking advantage of the Easter and Good Friday or whatever, and he's on holiday all the way till it's currently 27 March. Tomorrow's my mom's birthday. Gotta remember that. But it's 20. I genuinely think he's on holiday till like the 15th or something. So, I mean, okay, I say that as if that's a crazy thing, but the truth is I'm doing something quite similar. But just considering how much holiday he's already taken, and comparing that to how much holiday I've taken, which hasn't been so much yet this year. I swear I wrote another song recently, and I can't remember. I can't remember anything about it. So usually what I do is I write lyrics onto Google Keep, which is where I keep my song lyrics. And for some reason I can't remember anything. So maybe I just made that up in a dream. Yeah, I can't remember how that song would have gone. I don't know. I just have an inkling of a feeling of a memory. Oh, that's right. No, that's fine. Okay, what I did. That's fine. Okay, what I did was I took an old song. I've written. I say old. It's only a year old, and I rewrote it completely. Well, not completely. I kept the chorus the same, pre-chorus basically the same, but rewrote the verses into more from like a singing thing to a rap thing. I've recently been trying to get more into rap. I think just an influence of a bit more Ed Sheeran recently, because he's releasing his new music. His new album comes out, I think, early May, and he's just released his single last week, Eyes Closed. So I'm dancing around. I'll keep dancing with my eyes closed, eyes. Oh, I'll keep dancing with my eyes closed, eyes. Oh, I'll keep dancing with my. So, yeah, that song came out by Ed Sheeran. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but it's good to hear new music from him, I guess. I think his vocals have seriously improved over the last 10 years. His mix, he's so good now at getting the rock vocal accurately in pitch. And the rock vocal, by that I mean sort of a mixture of the I can't remember what you call that. Oh, I'll keep that. Oh, I'll keep dancing with my. I don't know how to add presence to my high notes. So he's got that presence now. That's very good. Because I feel, I don't know, 10 years ago with Plus, maybe even a bit of Multiply, there wasn't so much of that. With Divide, you started hearing it. With Equals, that was just train wreck of an album, I think. That was just basically the ebbs and flows of that album were dictated by his DJ friend. I forgot what he calls himself. But he's the one who their first track together that they released together was anything she needs, she can call me. Don't worry about it, that's my seed, yeah, that's all me. Just know if you cross her, then you cross me. Cross me. If you anything she needs, she can call me. Anything she needs, she can call me. Don't worry about it, that's my seed, yeah, that's all me. Just know if you cross her, then you cross me. She imagined no other man. Me is something different. Really need all you to understand. Nobody's coming close, and I don't ever wanna run around. Spend my youth jumping in and out, but you know if you can love me now. Nobody ever could, and you know, stay tripping, am I crazy? Oh no, I'm sticking with my baby for sure. Together or solo, doesn't matter where we are, oh no. If you hear my lady, just know that she ain't the one to play with, oh no. Now be standing solo, so you know that, hey. Anything she needs, she can call me. Don't worry about it, that's my seed, yeah, that's all me. Just know if you cross her, then you cross me. Yeah, so they first, Fred again. It's Fred again. He likes that. He puts, at the very beginning of that song and his other songs, but not with the equal songs, he puts Fred again, which is cool. So, I don't know, this guy does make good music, but he doesn't make Ed Sheeran music. And when Equals was entirely basically written by, what is that in the sky? It's just a massive yellow thing in the sky. That's not the sun. Am I going mad? Am I actually going absolutely mad? That's not the sun. It's like a rainbow, but it's not a rainbow. I don't know what is going on there. I don't know what that is. That's insane. It's hard to capture on camera, but it's got like pink and blue and green. What is that? It must be a rainbow from the clouds. That's what's happening. Yes. That's insane. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, got a bit distracted there again. What was I saying? Fred again. So yeah, Fred again does not make Ed Sheeran songs. Like, I'm sorry. I know you're good friends. I know, but each of you make good music. But Ed Sheeran coming out with just honestly, like, the Bad Habits vocal, like... Every time you come around, you know I can't say no. Every time the sun goes down, I let you take control. Like, it's a good song. If you release that as a single, that's fine. It's totally fine. But your Equals album, Ed, your Equals album, like, especially Equals. So I know he's put minus after Equals, but Equals should have been the big, wow, this is actually what Ed Sheeran is. Not just, and then. To the heart, I never kissed a mouth that tastes like yours. Strawberries and something more. Oh yeah, I want it all. And I can see when he's playing these live, they're very fun songs to play, I'm sure. And he's become very good at singing, and that makes his shows more fun. I think he's able to do, because these songs are actually quite hard to sing, especially Bad Habits. My bad, it's like a rock, but it's so melodic, so you can't just stick with one note. You have to keep. My bad habits lead to late nights, ending alone, conversations with a stranger I barely know. Swearing this will be the last, but it probably won't. I got nothing left to lose or use. But do my bad habits lead to wide eyes, dead mistakes, and I know I lose control of the things that I say. I was looking for a way, I can't escape. Nothing happens after two. It's true. My bad habits lead to you. So that was a key below, just because I can't sing the B minor that's in Mi minor. Bad habits lead to late nights, ending alone. But what's amazing is he actually whispers that in the song. He somehow whispers it, but also manages to get a rock. My bad habits lead to late nights, ending alone, conversations with a stranger. And then there's also a bit of a formant shift when he's done it. There's definitely something quirky going on. Super compressed and super. It sounds like a child singing when he's done it. It doesn't sound like a 30-year-old man. It's like my bad habits lead to late nights, ending alone, conversations with a stranger I barely know. No, swearing this will be the last, but it probably won't. Anyway. What was that? So yeah, listening to more Ed Sheeran because he's releasing new music. Eyes closed. Meh, hoping subtract is he calling it minus? Oh, it should be called subtract. Hoping minus is going to be okay. It's going to be good. Yeah, and then I've also been listening to Connor Price. Obviously went to his concert last month. It's been a month. It's now been a month. Okay. Was it a month ago or was it 2 months ago? It must have been just a month ago. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, and then I saw an Idris Elba film, his new film, The Fallen Sun, which just came out on Netflix, which is funny because he's my pal. I just hung out with him the other day. Oh, and then my brother hung out with, what's it called? I hung out with Idris Elba at the Connor Price show. my brother hung out with Rami Malek, singer, the Queen actor for Bohemian Rhapsody film, and Mr. Robot, and James Bond villain. Oh, he was just getting a pint with him, and I jokingly texted Alex, "You sure that's not his twin brother, Sami Malek?" Okay, it's now 6. I've managed to just talk for 20 minutes. This is probably going to be the longest video I've ever made. Okay, so I'm gonna sing this new song. I think I'm gonna call it Up and Away. And I'm gonna have a glass of water before I actually sing that. I'm just gonna come over here. Okay. I walked through the door, gravity pulled up our eyes from the floor. No, that don't make sense, but I thought this was sure when you pulled in and said, "Have we met before?" I smiled and it took me a second to see. I knew you from school, but then you moved overseas. You were quiet back then, but hey, now it seems you're just the right amount of talking to me. A quick hello, then I'm back with my friends. The council helps me out with good ideas for some memes. Then we're texting on the gram about even events. Guess I'd say that I was nervous when I was hitting the send. Set the date next week and we start with some pools. Is it American or English? Now we're beating the rules. Didn't see the trouble, busy out there making my moves. Now I'm out here singing to you. I'm cheating at a game I don't know how to play. A woman's heart's a mystery that I can't explain. They'll smile and tell you that you're doing okay, and they're up and away. I'm cheating at a game I don't know how to play. A woman's heart's a mystery that you cannot explain. They'll smile and tell you that you're doing okay, but then they're up and away. A couple months after out of uni hall, walked straight into your face out of a bathroom stall. Yet you were dressed up real nice like a beauty doll. Guess you had a party that involved a groovy ball. It's only just a little awkward cause you chose to ignore a message that I sent a couple of weeks before. But we act nice, laugh twice and keep it short. This is me thinking that she's really left the court, but no. She's back asking free on the 3rd. She heard about it bar and wants to see if it's good. Reply with a yes, and now I'm wearing a shirt. Standing outside with the friends who don't appear to be girls. We're there too long, and I'm getting bored. I pull her to the side and ask her, "What do you want?" Then she kisses me and tells me that she's moving abroad. I'm cheated at a game I don't know how to play. A woman's heart's a mystery that I cannot explain. I'll smile and tell you that you're doing okay, and they're up and away. I'm cheated at a game I don't know how to play. A woman's heart's a mystery that I cannot explain. I'll smile and tell you that you're doing okay, and they're up and away. Last I heard you were out in Rome, hanging with some guys who know you'll do them wrong. Leaving a mess, making amends, making new enemies out of your pets. Don't you think that you could do with some real friends? Shame, 'cause thought that you were kinda cute. Had a personality not all girls do, but I guess like the rest you're a mystery too. And I'm back in the booth, singing this tune. We're cheated at a game we don't know how to play. A woman's heart's a mystery that we cannot explain. They'll smile and tell us that we're doing okay, but then they're up and away. I'm cheating at a game we don't know how to play. A woman's heart's a mystery that we cannot explain. They'll smile, tell us that we're doing okay, and they're up and away, 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 up and away. So that's it, up and away. The mysteries of women signals and relationships, and before you know, you get to know the girl. They're not easy with you, are they? It's yeah, it's a tough game. That's what it is. A tough game that us men just don't understand. So yeah, there's little sunlight left, but it's kind of crazy. So it's currently 6 o'clock. Wait, what? It's currently 6 o'clock. And it usually would be 5 o'clock, right? Right? Hang on, before it would have been 5 o'clock. Oh, so we get longer evenings. Is that right? Hang on, because I woke up at 9, which was 8. No, I woke up at 8, which was 7. Must be. I woke up at 7:30, which is 6:30. Yeah, okay, so I have more time with the day. I think I'll go for a run. I went for a run on my lunch break, but it was a short one, only 20 minutes. Only got 300 calories in. Could be worth doing another run. So another run. I have to pack though, and I want to record a bit more of this song. I started recording this song, trying to make it, and what I'm doing, I'm pretty sure this is totally legal and fine copyright wise, but I've basically started looking at different section of Ed Sheeran's song Don't, and trying to recreate it, and then see how he sort of creates the record, and then try to see if I can apply that to this, because this song's very much inspired by Don't. You know, it's got the so that bass line actually follows chords very similar to You Need Me, I Don't Need You, but the groove is quite similar to his Don't, which is like ah la ah, la la la. It says ah la ah, la la la. I think I'm going to try and create something similar, but not like a chanty thing. It's not going to be the same vibe, but just with the up and away. 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 Da 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 da. Something like that. So what he does is in the left ear, he throws ah la la. It's very clean. It's very flat. It's very impressive what he created there with the sounds. I think they must be pitched, very much. Fun fact: if you listen to "I'm a Mess" on his Multiply album, when he says "Oh, I'm a mess right now," no, I think it's "Oh, I'm a mess right now, inside out, searching for a sweet surrender, but this is not the end. Oh, I'm a mess right now, inside out, searching for a sweet surrender, this is not the end. I can't work it out, how, going through the motions, hoping you'd start. So when he says, oh, I'm a mess right now, oh, I'm a mess right now, inside out. And if you listen to the inside out on his record, inside, and so when you normally say inside out, it's for some, I think this is probably true for a lot of plugins, but for some tuning plugins, they struggle with like certain sounds like zzz, but also like those kinds of sounds. And when they're trying to pitch it and work out what the average frequency is, they can't work it out. So then it just breaks and distorts. And when you listen to the record, you can hear it doesn't sound clear, but he says inside out. It's inside out. Inside out. That's what it sounds like. Just a fun fact. So when he's doing ah la 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 and don't, it's ah la 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 la. So I'm not very good at singing that high pitch, but he does it. So on the left, towards the left, center left, he's got the la 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 la, and then towards like the center, more center, but towards the right, la 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 la. And I think he's also got a low one in the low center. La 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 la. la, la, la. And he's layered this with, I think, not so many vocal layers. If I had to guess, it's probably maybe 6 at most. But because it sounds so clean and it's so flat and straight, and everything's perfect, and it creates an energy, and that's like an asset to that song. And you bring it in, like, you know, when you have to, and so all I've done so far really in copying that song is looked at the percussion, very complex percussion, all sorts of different sounds, and it works so well together. You sort of don't question it at all when you're listening to it casually, but when you actually pick apart what sounds he's using, you think, who would think to use these sounds? They're so random. So I think the first one's a kick. Oh, okay, it's confusing because he's got the bass, and that often comes in on the same transients, but so he's got, I think, a couple of kicks at the beginning, like a hit quiet, and then another kick, but then the next kick that comes is like it almost is, it's almost like a sound, a mouth sound, and it's almost like a kick with reverb and only looking at the air. It's like you squeezed out a kick. I think it's kind of similar to the 80s, you know, snares where you had a gated reverb. It's sounds very roomy and then shuts very quickly, but that's not really what it is. It is different. And then he's got a wood block that comes in at certain moments, or I don't know if it's like a rim, and it's so everything within all the percussion, it's quite roomy. You can hear it, you know, it's reverby, and then the rim comes in, click, and it's clean, and just kick. And when you actually listen to the percussion, it's just, wow, that is what drives the song. And although, you know, this is catchy enough, like, so he doesn't really use chords when he creates the song. It's just the bass and the percussion, and it just, the percussion's all over the place, and it's wonderful. It's a wonderful song. It's such a good song. So that is a good, well written, well produced song, and a good one to perform. Now he's got like, every time you go, you know I can't say no. Every time the song goes down, then you take control. I can feel the paradise when our worlds explode. It's literally like he spent, I don't know, he gave himself a challenge to write songs in 15 minutes. And tonight had something wonderful. My bad habits lead to late nights ending alone. Conversation. My bad habits lead to late nights ending alone. God, it's actually, it is catchy. So it's definitely a Fred Again song with the offbeat bass. My bad habit, like the percussion bass. My bad habits lead to late nights ending. My bad habits lead to late nights ending alone. Conversations with a stranger I barely know. Swearing this'll be the last, but it probably won't. I got nothing left to lose or use. Do my bad habits lead to white eyes staring at space? And you know I lose control. Nothing that I say. I was looking for a... And it's funny, when he first performed that live, I think with a loop, it was for TikTok or something. And his pitch was absolutely dreadful. I think if you listen to him now, he's played, you know, hundreds of shows, singing this song probably every night. He's become very good at singing his songs. It is quite impressive how good you can become by practice, which sounds obvious. Okay, the sun is literally going. I have to go. I spent way too long talking. Goodbye.